here before, 3 at 3, even with a slightly different flavor, which I'll get to in a sec. 3 at 3 is brought to you by Market Rebellion, and you have joined the rebellion, so thank you. 3 at 3 for November 12th, 2020. The disclaimer says that these services that I'm about to provide and this broadcast is for educational and informational purposes only, full stop. So please understand that you need to be aware that all investments involve risk. And we do our best to try to mitigate that risk. I will point out ways that I do it. You have to decide what's appropriate for you. Intellectual property rights. Yes, we have registered marks, trademarks, patents, copyrights on much of what you're about to see. So please, before you use any of this, ask us. And we will most assuredly say, yes, thank you, but please cite Market Rebellion. So we ask that you ask us. Thank you. All right, so let's get to the presentation, my friends. SPY. Yeah, this one worked out okay so far. It's continuing to work. Right now, the Dow Jones Industrials, let's see, are down 400 points. The NASDAQ down 92. Chicago, by the way, just said, hey, Thanksgiving's canceled. Well, they didn't officially cancel it, but they're pretty much doing that. They're saying, stay at home. Only go shopping for what you have to have, and blah, 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 if you have to go to work. We'll see. We'll see. That order just issued about an hour ago. Now, as far as the SPY puts, we cited this yesterday. We said, in all likelihood, this is a hedge. They bought 241,000 December 300 puts. These puts were purchased for under $1, most of them for about 90 cents. And we said, okay, let's tag along and see if this 24 million share equivalent in the SPY is correct. And guess what? Those calls are only up about 45% on the day. On the day, they opened at $1. They traded all the way up to $1.49. They're just shy of that now. $1.43, and as you see, that is up 45% from yesterday's close. Bang! Love that. If you'd like to check out more about the crypto revolution, well, please do. Crypto Revolution is part of Market Rebellion. It's marketrebellion.com/crypto, in fact. You can learn all about it by going to marketrebellion.com/crypto, which, by the way, crypto continues to be a very hot commodity. For all the folks that decry it as often as they possibly can, it's up to 16,036 right now. The Bitcoin is. Ethereum's $455. Both of them a little bit softer today, but if you owned either of these from the beginning of the year, you're a happy camper. All right. Now, by the way, I will be taking questions after today's 3 at 3. So if you'd like to, please, on Twitter, send us those questions. You can address them to me, Jon Najarian, or to our account over at 3 at 3, which is 3 at 3 broadcast. So, for instance, that handle, let me see, where is that? That handle is 3 at 3, and that's not the at sign, that's at sign in front because it's Twitter. The number 3, the word at 3, and then underscore UOA for unusual option activity. Or, since you probably follow me on Twitter anyway, just shoot them on over to me at Jon Najarian, JONNAJARIAN. Thank you. All right, getting to it now. Yeah, there I am with my friend Scott Wapner talking about some unusual activity today. And as usual, we had a lot of things to discuss on the halftime report. First one of our 3 at 3, AEO. These puts are a downside bet or protection, either one. Take your choice. But somebody wanted 3,600 of these pretty badly. They bought them very quickly. They paid about 68 cents for these. Every option's for 100 shares of stock. So that would mean that every option was approximately $68. So a 10 lot, if you wanted to simulate not 100 shares, but 1,000 shares, that would be $680. A 10,000 share equivalent would be $6,800. So you get an idea of how exactly this works. They were buying the 14 strike puts with the stock at 1531. Here is a chart that shows it sort of fallen off a cliff since those just 2 days ago highs of 1670 or so. AEO, American Eagle Outfitters, falling rather far. As far as bringing some consistency to your portfolio, hey, free webinar today. If it's free, it's for me. This is for you. Free webinar with my brother Pete and Ryan Mastro, one of our chief strategists at Market Rebellion. They will be doing it at the market close today, and you can sign up at marketrebellion.com. We will have, I believe we have 5,000 seats available for that. So far, only 4,100 have signed up. So if you'd like to join for free, just go to marketrebellion.com and you can hear Pete and Ryan talk about killer consistency in your portfolio. Bang! Second of our 3 at 3. Just one sec. Hello. I'm broadcasting. Is that okay? Okay. Thank you. That was a fill, and I'll talk to them later. It's a good fill. Bed Bath & Beyond, BBBY. This one's one that we nailed on the way up. Well, somebody's putting on a bet that maybe it rolls back over because I've got 5,800 of those January 20 puts changing hands for about $275 a piece. That's for 100 shares of stock. So if you wanted to simulate a 1,000 share position, if you owned 1,000 shares of Bed Bath & Beyond and you're rooting for it, might not be a bad idea to have some insurance. That insurance right now, though, would cost you a little more than 11% of the value of the stock. It would cost you $275 if you want that protection. I guess it's a little more percentage than that, but that protection would cost you, folks. So if you'd like that protection, or if you want a downside bet on maybe this stock rolling back over, well, you could buy these puts. That's what somebody did 5,800 times. So be very aware of that. 5,800 of those changing hands. That's a pretty big trade. And I'd tell you, watch that because it's likely that you're going to see some downside pressure on this name, especially after the big pop that it had. Let's do our third and final of the 3 at 3 today. There's the Bed Bath & Beyond chart, by the way. Final trade today was, our final trade today was, whoops, sorry about that. I've got Andrew, who's going to be giving us some insight as to your questions in just a moment. But let's see, final trade today for me was Park Hotels. This is the largest hotel REIT, real estate investment trust, which means they must, by virtue of being in that structure, pay out 95%, I think it is, of the cash flow that comes into them beyond just the operating expense. So this one, Park Hotels, PK is the symbol. They were buying the September 15 calls. Now that's September of next year. These are 11 months into the future, folks, PK. But we wanted to cite it for you. They have earnings estimated to be out 2/24. That is February 24th. Watch this, PK. They're buying those 15 calls and they're selling the 25 calls. They're putting on a call spread, $10 call spread, and they're paying, $2 for that. Bang. There's a chart, shows you where it's come from just in the last few days. All right. So with that, you can learn more about how we do what we do over at marketrebellion.com/UOA. That is marketrebellion.com/UOA for unusual option activity. All right. Well, we have the man himself, Andrew Coffey, dialing in. He's been monitoring your questions. And Andrew, how you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. That last one you just gave sounded pretty interesting. It sounds like a leap going out there.
Yeah, it is practically, right?
Yeah,
Like that. Like that.
First questions from SNG Connect. SNG Connections.
FNG Connections, is it?
Yeah, that's the guy's name. Yeah, he wants to know about Blink. BLNK. Boy, Larry, Nancy, Kilo.
All right, let me take a look here.
Looks like an energy company, and he's looks on his profile. He says he's an investor, motivational coach, and business consultant. Looks pretty happy. Looks like he works out. He wants to know about BLNK.
Blink, we did have back in September, Andrew, when Blink was $8.40. We had unusual option activity in that one, BLNK, and Blink is now $10.29, I believe. So that one worked out okay. Like I say, back in September when it was $8.40, they were buying the November call options. So I still like it. You don't have a lot of time to be right, though. But I do like it. And I'd say, though, that when they had earnings, I think just 2 days ago, Andrew, that's a reason, like we've say many times, buy rumors, sell news. So I think I'd probably not be holding these into the final days of expiration. Do we have another Twitter question?
Yes, we do. How about mRNA? This is from Andrew Pelosel. He says, do you believe mRNA?
What's his handle? His handle?
Name is Andrew Pelosel. We'll put all these in a tweet so that they know they were in there, but it's mRNA.
Okay.
He says, do you believe mRNA is too hot? He could have used the fire emoji.
Yeah, you could have.
That would have been hot, as Paris Hilton says.
Yep. This is one that we were lucky enough to be in when this was a single-digit stock. And I know some of you are going to be out there thinking, wow, really? Yeah, and we were in this one when it was $20 and $30 and $40 and $50. And now it's an $86 stock. It's up 5% on the day. When was the last time we saw unusual option activity in this one? Let me check. mRNA. I was looking at it today because Steve Weiss was talking about it on the halftime report. And we do not have unusual option activity now. So I'd say, good luck with this one. Doesn't mean that every single time a stock moves up, it has to have unusual option activity. But this one has had it in spades, and I don't see it right now. Do we have another question, Andrew?
Yeah, we got it. There's a bunch of stuff coming in, so we got to figure out how we're going to pick these ones so we don't stay on the.
Well, that's your job.
I know, but I put out a message for you on your tweet saying, hey, call in now. But we'll get to them. Sean Lee Wen Chang wants to know about BABA, BABA. He says, how would you play this BABA on this dip?
All right.
It's timely. China. And Sean Lin Wing Chong is his name. He's got 47 followers. Doesn't say what he does. He's got a website. It's okay.
As you guys know, the main reason that BABA's been struggling is not of its own doing. They own a significant piece of Ant Financial. I think it's 33 or 34%. And obviously, the stock has fallen off from being nearly $300 to now being $264 because of the struggles that Ant has had getting out of the gate. A number of others, and this is strictly just on them with the Ant trade, because you look at PDD, which is Pinduoduo. That one, PDD, is up 21% today. I could point to a number of Chinese internet stocks like JD or Huya, HUYA, that are doing extremely well. So the weakness is really just isolated to BABA. Would I buy it? Yeah, I would, because I think BABA is worthwhile, way more than, even though they own that significant portion of, they don't really have credit cards per se in China. So a lot of the credit that gets passed around and a lot of the payments are done by the likes of Tencent and Alipay, which is now under Ant Financial. So I think they come back, and that's one I'd be comfortable buying on the dip. Do we have one more, Andrew, for the...
Let's do one more, okay? And this is from Jay Toby. He says, what are your thoughts on NIO going into earnings next week? That's Jay Toby.
Jay Toby, I love it. NIO is one that we've had a ton of upside call buying. We had it again, let's see, just today. We had the January double nickel, 55 calls, being bought in one print for almost $6 for an out-of-the-money call in January, with the stock at 46.
Explain double nickels to these people.
Double nickel is
55. Great term.
Yeah, 55. Yeah. Just like the speed limit in a lot of places is double nickel, 55.
Yes. So yeah, you'll hear that a lot. If you're new to the trading options thing, you'll hear double nickels.
Sure.
And that's, I don't know. I always thought it was kind of cool.
I do too. And so I like it. I like Lee, L-I. And today, Andrew, we had XPEV, which is another self-driving and so autonomous vehicle and EV play in China. And we had unusual activity in that as well. So, yeah, I like it. And by the way, most of you know that if I see something trading at 46 and they're buying the 55 calls, I'm more likely to buy something close to the money and sell a higher strike above it because I like moving the odds into my favor doing it that way. But hey, Andrew, thank you very much for the input and for those calls, man. We'll put them out in a tweet, all the folks that we answered your questions. So thank you.
All right, man.
All right. Folks, we appreciate it. We're going to try to do this more often, answering your Twitter questions as part of 3 at 3. It might not be every day, but we'll do it as often as we can because we know that interaction between us is a good thing. So thank you, Andrew. Thank you, everybody that sent us a tweet. And I look forward to seeing everybody tomorrow because I'll also be on the halftime report again tomorrow. Bang.